All right, thanks for joining here. So this is my 2019 Ford Ranger. Pretty excited about it. It has been one heck of a truck. So just want to report out my experience so far with it. Just kind of some background. I've had quite a few pickups over the years. I've towed with all of them. I've towed 24-foot gooseneck trailers with some, 28-foot race car hauling trailer, bumper hitch. So this is not the first truck I've used for towing, but I scaled back a little bit, and my trailer that you'll see in the video here is a 16-foot enclosed trailer. I believe it has a 7-foot tall ceiling. It's 1 inch or 1 foot taller than the standard enclosed trailer of its same size. That said, how does the Ranger do? Well, let's take a look here at everything. So the Ranger has all kinds of fancy tow features. You see the tow button there, and then there's some other settings I haven't even used where you can preset maybe for different trailers. I have yet to learn about that. My truck had the factory towing package, so it already had the Reese hitch on the back. Had the plug-in for the trailer back there. The only thing it did not have was it didn't have a trailer brake controller. My trailer weighs about 2,500 pounds, maybe a little bit more before you start loading it down, and so I did add a brake controller that you see. I haven't permanently mounted the button yet, and this is the first time using one of these. It's a Rhetoric, I believe is the name, but it works great and helps a lot. All the wires to hook that brake controller are behind the left kick panel. It was a pretty easy job to get to the wires to hook that unit up to be able to run the brake controller. So I guess the only downside was the truck, even though it had a factory tow package, did not have a factory built-in brake controller already pre-wired, but it did have all the wires there, so it made it pretty easy to do. So I've got quite a bit of seat time towing with the Ranger because in February I took a trip from Denver, Colorado to Southern California, going to the Glamis sand dunes, or Imperial sand dunes, but rode at Glamis there. So we towed with the Ranger to the dunes, had, let's see, two ATVs, I think 5 total, plus a bunch of gear. So I'm guessing with the trailer weight of 2,500-ish and the machines we had, probably another 2,500, so had around 5,000 pounds when towing to there. So have quite a bit of mileage under its belt towing. So how did it do? Well, let's take a look and talk about it further. So on that trip, the Ranger did really well. So a couple things that noticed over time with pulling that load. So first off, the truck did amazing for a mid-size level truck. Really no complaints. So the things I'm going to share here, as far as they're not really complaints, but they were things that were noticed, and you're just going to have to be aware if you're going to tow with a Ranger pickup like this. So that said, truck did great, but the truck has a small factory gas tank. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think maybe 17 gallons or 14. It's not a huge tank. That said, you also, when you're loaded down pretty heavy, of course, we ran the speed limit, which was usually 70, 75. So that's the average speed we went. The truck doesn't get, but I think we got around on average 10 miles a gallon, which I'm fine with because the previous truck I had was a 2016 Ford Super Duty F250 with the 6.2 liter gas. Great truck, but didn't get the mileage that the Ranger gets whenever you're not towing. and also wouldn't have gotten this kind of mileage either towing the same trailer. Honestly, it would have probably been getting 8 to 10. I mean, it maybe would have gotten 10 with this trailer. With the previous 28-foot enclosed, which if I was still using a Super Duty, I'd still probably be pulling the 28-foot enclosed. I was getting probably 7 miles a gallon. So pretty happy with the Ranger overall, but small gas tank, long haul like that, you're going about 150 miles, give or take, and you're wanting to put gas in it again to make sure you don't miss a gas station and run out in the middle of nowhere. So that was one thing. The only other issue that I noticed with the truck towing was whenever we were in a section of the highway between Phoenix and I think Tucson or somewhere, it got really windy for a bit. Now, so it may have been like this even with a full-size truck, but that wind was just blowing us around like crazy. So it might have just been how heavy the wind was, but I mean, we were slowed down to 55 or 60 before we were running the 75, no problem. Trailer wasn't swaying or anything. It was very comfortable towing at that, but in that one section of road for probably an hour, we had to slow down to 55, 60. So I don't know if we'd have been in a bigger, heavier truck, it would have been any better. But those were my only two concerns. Otherwise, Ranger towed great. Loved it. A lot of looks, I think, because people don't realize, that they tow as good as they do when you see it hooked up to a 16-foot enclosed trailer. And I know a lot of you guys are also out towing, car trailers with some cars on them or boats or etc. So you know as well that it does tow pretty good. So it has a factory, I believe, 7,500 pound tow rating. Very happy with it. So that is my review of towing. Truck did great overall. So thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you can check out other Ranger related videos I plan to post. I do a lot of off-roading. Hoping to get out and do some off-road testing, which was a big reason for buying this truck, and put some videos up on different off-road adventures, camping, maybe setting it up with a rooftop tent and other items like that. So take care. Thank you.